Blackfire and Starfire, Coriander and Commander, two Tamaranian sisters who have one of the most heated sibling rivalries in comic book history. The pair have gone up against each other multiple times, but today we're taking a closer look at how that fight would go down, and most importantly, who the true champion would be. Hey everyone, welcome back to Versus, the video series on our channel where we break down how fights would go down between your favorite fictional characters. Today we're taking a look at two DC favorites, a heroine and her antagonistic sister, and analyzing what their battle would entail. Let us know who you think should win in those comments below with either hashtag Starfire or hashtag Blackfire. Before we begin, let's get everyone up to speed. Starfire, aka Cori, was first introduced in a preview story inserted in DC Comics Presents number 26 in 1980, crafted by Teen Titans legends Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Blackfire appeared 2 years after that, being a foe for Starfire and her friends in the Teen Titans. These two, both daughters of the Tamarins royal family, have had a rough history together. First off, when Commander was born, she was crippled by a childhood illness that left her unable to fly as fast as other Tamaranians. It's also worth noting that Blackfire was born on a day in which a Tamaranian city was destroyed by the Citadel Empire, which, despite only being a newborn child, left an unfortunate connection between her and the deaths of 3,000 Tamaranians, which didn't do much help. Because of this, she was denied her birthright as the eldest child, and all of that went to Starfire, hence the beginning of the intense sibling rivalry. But it only gets worse from here. Commander then sold out her own people, joined the Citadel, and conquered Tamaran with them. Commander, filled with resentment, made Cori a slave, where she was tortured and raped, until one point she decided to execute Cori. Then the Scions invaded, captured both girls, did experiments on them, which developed their ultraviolet energy powers. Cori escaped and fled to Earth, and by the time the new Teen Titans number 23 rolled around, Commander had kidnapped Cori again, and was in the process of becoming the Citadel's new leader. And of course, the two, well, they fight. But we'll get back to that in a sec. Moving on to abilities. What can these ladies do? Looking at Cori first, well, she's capable of super strength, super speed, super agility, super reflexes, enhanced endurance, enhanced stamina, and near vulnerability. She's got enhanced longevity and decelerated aging, faster than light flight capabilities, language mimicry, and immunity to intense radiation, cold, and heat. And most notably, she uses ultraviolet energy projection to shoot starbolt blasts, create and control magenta fire, and emit an aura of bright magenta fire too. Her starbolt eye beams are powers that stem from the animated series adaptation of the character, not the comics. Starfire also doesn't need to eat, drink, or sleep and does not require an atmosphere to breathe. Although if she is low on ultraviolet energy, she does need that atmospheric support. What about Commander? Well, she can pretty much do everything that Starfire can, minus being able to achieve the same speeds when flying due to her childhood illness. Aside from that, she's a master manipulator. Considering this isn't really a battle of wits, that won't really come in handy, but it is worth noting that in the grand scheme of their previous narratives, Blackfire's manipulation abilities have given her the upper hand. Now, we can't analyze how these two would fare in a fight without, well, discussing how they fared in previous fights. Starting us off, there's the battle that the two had at the end of Blackfire's first arc in New Teen Titans. How did that end? Well, in New Teen Titans Annual number 1, Volume 1, after enduring a bunch of torture via her manipulative sister, Cori snaps, and has some serious rabies dribble coming out of her mouth, might I add. She gets in several intense hits before Commander can really get back into the offensive. They taunt each other, with Commander trying to figure out how she can manipulate Cori's sense of compassion in order to stop her onslaught of attacks long enough to get the perfect moment to strike her down. The Scions then interrupt their battle, and increase the stakes by challenging them to fight to the death on their home planet, saying that if Blackfire wins, she gets the coveted leadership of the Citadel, and if Starfire wins, they'll F off and spare Tamaran for good. The two have another excessive fight with Commander holding onto Cori since she can't fly. They bash each other up a bunch, fall over a waterfall, and only Cori emerges. It's assumed that Blackfire died, but that wasn't the end of her. The next story arc that she appeared in had her leading one side of the Tamaran Civil War. The Teen Titans intervene, her and Starfire duke it out yet again, and then her family gets involved, which ends with Starfire being exiled. So that brings us to their fight. While it's a public opinion that Starfire generally always wins, big thanks to the animated Teen Titans adaptations for that, one can't deny that Blackfire can easily hold her own against her sister. Both are trained fighters, both have proven to be inventive on the battlefield with one another, and both have endured attack after attack from the other, usually with intervention being the reason why they stop plummeting each other. Even with Commander's innate disadvantages, she still managed to hold her own. While Commander can manipulate, Cori feels compassion, which can be more of a strength than a weakness at times. As far as the greater good is concerned, Starfire would be the winner, but that's not how all fights work. So on this one, we're gonna call a tie. What do you guys think? Is there an obvious winner in your minds? Were there points we didn't bring up that you feel would be valid in a fight between these two sisters? Now, we didn't bring up any post-crisis facts in this versus, so if you'd like us to do a part 2 video where we analyze the characters based on those stats, let us know in those comments below. If you dug this video, show us some love by hitting those like and subscribe buttons. And give us a shout about who you think we should do in the next verses. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I've been Kelly Pally and this is Top 10 Nerd. Catch you all in the next one.